They keep chasing us around. Everywhere we go. We cannot spend up to 3 hours to 2 hours in one place. They will start chasing us around. We don't have house. We don't have food. We don't have anywhere to go. They are chasing us again. They are chasing us again. They are chasing us again. They are chasing us again.
No house, nowhere.
Anywhere we go, they will chase us.
No, come, we wait.
Another challenge is we are not allowed to to go to the supermarkets to buy what we want. We cannot use the hotels. When we go there, after checking your passport, the only thing they tell you is go away, please go away. When you insist like you want you want something, they call the police, and what the police tells you is please go away. Some of our friends have been thrown out of the houses they've been renting with no reason, not anything. The landlord just comes one morning and tells you, please make sure that today you leave my house. And another thing is, another challenge is, they are forcing us to test for COVID-19 because they come to our houses with no notification. They just come to your house and ask for your passport. If you're African, they tell you that we've come to test for COVID-19. If you're not African, they tell you no. And when they come, after testing, they only tell you that we shall call you after 3 days when you're positive. And if you're not positive, no one will call you. They don't leave you with any document to see that you have tested or that you can show to any other person that you have tested.
We are too many. We are too many. We are too many. We are too many. They keep pursuing us. They keep pursuing us.
Huddled on cobbled streets with layers of clothing to generate heat under the cold skies of Wanzhou city, this is the new way of life for Africans living in China. The very color of their skin now means trouble, screaming of sickness to natives who bear a different skin tone from them. Africans have become subjects of racial profiling. Chinese nationals blame them for the rising number of new coronavirus cases in the country.
They didn't want me to enter the subway. I had even bought my ticket that was 4 yuan. And by the time I was going to the subway, they stopped me. And then they told me that no foreigner is allowed. And I was like, why? This is a subway. Then they say that that is the rule. Then who am I to argue with the locals? I complied.
According to the Chinese Health Authority, 63 new coronavirus cases were reported in mainland China, with 61 of them described as imported cases. Brenda, not her real name, has been living in China since 2017. Earlier this week, she was kicked out of her home without any explanation. And just like any other person in a foreign country, the embassy is usually the next resort. For her, it was the Kenyan embassy.
I didn't have a place to go. I had to sleep outside. Yes, I did sleep outside. The next day they came. I tried calling them. They were not actually responding to my call. What they told me, go to the police. I did that. After staying at the police station for a maximum of 3 good hours, they told me that we are sorry, we cannot help.
She reached a dead end after 2 days of sleeping outside the embassy, a situation that many like her from other African nations have found themselves in. This video shows Chinese police officers escorting people of African descent from a place they had set apart for themselves.
I know of 2 pregnant ladies. One is 8 months pregnant, the other is 6 months pregnant. They cannot access hospital.
Patricia, also not her real name, was lucky to have escaped the eyes of Chinese nationals who came knocking in her house earlier today. Our conversation on phone revealing just how scary everything is.
So the moment they have come, mimi nimejificha. So sasa niko kwa nyumba, the rest wametolewa, wanasema ati wanawapeleka quarantine for 14 days.
It will be the 4th day today that foreigners, especially blacks, are denied access to services in the city.
Now I don't have food. I don't know what to do. And I can't just go to the street. I don't want to sleep outside. Now it's either I choose to have somewhere to sleep or I choose food.
Our calls and even texts to Kenya's ambassador to China, Sarah Serem, regarding the racial discrimination against Kenyan nationals have gone unanswered. These notices in Chinese, which translate to, "This community is not accepting foreigners, especially black people. If you've rented a house to a black person, quickly get in touch and let them leave," have been the source of all evictions.
And we are 3 there.
Brenda got lucky. She is housed by a Zimbabwean national in this small space where they're living with one more person. She might be lucky, but a majority are not.
Keep chasing us around. Everywhere we
They hope that the Kenyan government will come to their rescue before things get worse. Raquel Mugai, Citizen TV.
Okay, so we found some people. They're kind of like just scattered. Some are like in doorways or, but we have shit. The DD driver said we had to get out. So
the relation between you, foreign affairs, and the consulate, before you take any decision, after you have taken your policy, before you adopted it, before you carry it out, you must communicate to us as accredited consulate to you. Then if you communicate to us, we are going to be able to sit with you and then see the modality, how we are going to discuss it with our national. You didn't communicate with us, we didn't hear anything from you, you are harassing our things. It's unacceptable by the federal government of Nigeria, and then we are not going to go by it. If you want all the Nigerians to leave the China, tell us. We are ready to leave.
That's you said.
You said.
I said what?
And then your action judge.
I said what?
You said, and then your action judge. If you don't want us to say, we are good. But this night, we are not going to quarantine them.
Now I want to know everybody.
You can't talk to them without my permission.
Can I talk to them?
You can't talk to them without my permission. They are my national.
You are in China.
Talk to me. Whatever you are saying, you will hear.
I want to know if they have place to stay.
They have their various things now.
Do they have place to stay?
They have their